Welcome everybody to Iconic TV Live. And if you have been wondering, how do I get new ways of pulling in revenue into my business? How can I do something new and different without spending a fortune on marketing and advertising? Well, we have the answers for you today. If you're a business owner and you are not finding that at the end of the day, at the end of the month, at the end of the year, that you have enough money in your bank account, then today is going to be your day, because today we're going to show you how you can pull out hidden profits in your business that you didn't know were there and how to make it last. So if you are here for the first time, I want you to type a number 1 down in the comments below and let me know that it is your first time here. And welcome, if it is, to Iconic TV. We come live here every Tuesday at 5 p.m. Pacific. We've done so for over 4 years. And every week we are going to show you ways, the strategies, the principles that you can do to scale your business from 6 figures all the way up to 7 figures in 1 year or less without any of the stress, struggle, and overwhelm. And today is a special day because this is the first of a 3-part series. So get excited. Now, there are lots of ways to uncover hidden profits in your business. It does depend on the kind of business you have, what you're doing, what your goals are, what your objective is. And we talked about this a little bit last week when we were saying, like, how did you get into business? Why are you doing this? Did you get in because, hey, there's nothing else to do? Maybe it was the pandemic, or I hate my job. So when you think about it, as you get into your own business, we tend to work, and especially in the beginning, a lot harder than we did at what we probably were doing beforehand. But it's so much more rewarding, isn't it? Okay, so as we get going, I'm going to tell you some of the things that we're going to do and where you're going to find the money, where you're not going to find the money, and where I don't want you to look. And then I'm going to show you an arc. This is going to be the most important thing. Just stay around for this part, if nothing else. And I want you to see the cycle of business, because one of the things that you might be wondering is, am I in the right business? Or maybe you want to pivot and get into a different business or get out of your business. And you're trying to figure out, what do I do next? What's the cycle? What's the trend? Okay. I mean, trends go back all the ways back to the tulip craze. You guys remember that? I'm combining tulips and hula hoops. So tulip craze, and people were going nuts in the Netherlands and buying all these tulips. Like, they die, okay? But it was a craze and everyone was doing it and people got into it. People got really into real estate, and everybody was a real estate investor back in like 05 up until 08. And so everybody was doing that and everybody got into the dot-com era. But whatever happened to Toys R Us and things like that? Gone, okay? Then what did we do? We got into other crazes, and we've been into the Bitcoin craze. We've been into the CBD craze, the online business coaching course thing, right? Everybody has a course. I'm going to be rich and I'm never going to talk to anyone. I'm going to make a piece of crap course and put it online and everyone's going to buy it. And there's so many that came along. How many of those did you fall for? Okay, I'm guilty. Anybody else? Are you guilty? Okay. Yeah, quite a few of us. Why? Because it's really good marketing that they have. So there's a lot of things that come along. What I'm going to do is show you the cycle. There's an arc, okay? Just like there's different phases of the moon, right? Where it's waxing and waning, when it's getting bigger and it's getting smaller. The same thing is going to happen in business. And if you want to know, are you in the right business, and am I going to find any extra money in the business? Well, that depends on where you are in the cycle. Okay, so this is the coolest thing, and I'm going to show this to you. And I want you guys to really pay attention and figure out, where are we in the cycle, okay? And is your business in the right cycle for the market phase that we're in? You guys saw what happened when the pandemic came along. Well, guess what? That was predictable. Okay, for years, I've had what's called cyclists, people who study these cycles, let me know what's going on. Okay, and I let all my clients know. And so I made a pivot, let's see, back in 2018, about a year before this whole pandemic thing went on. Why? Because I was told the business I was in was going to disappear. And like, okay, I got to get out of that and do something different. Anybody feel like that? Like, gosh, this was so good a few years ago, but now it's like, I don't know. Is this the right thing? Okay. So if you're wondering that, I have the answers for you. This is a 3-part series. Okay. I'm going to show you what we're going to go through on all of that. All right. So get ready. Let me know where you're coming in from. And I want to know, what kind of business do you have? Okay. Because the kind of business you have, if you put it down here, just type the business that you're in. Maybe you have a hair salon, or maybe you have a med spa. Maybe you have a coaching business. Maybe you have a auto supply store or a HVAC store. Maybe you have a chocolate business or a bakery or something like that. Doesn't matter. Okay. It doesn't even have to be online, doesn't have to be all offline. You might have a combo. Let me know what kind of business you're in, because then I'll specifically address this for what you're going through. Okay. So, what I want you guys to understand is that I mentioned this is going to be a series. Okay. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you the different parts of the series first, and then we're going to really get into this. So we are going to look at the secrets on how do you find hidden profit. Okay, where do you first of all find it? Okay, now that's going to be what we're talking about today, because it's very dependent on the kind of business that you have. And by the way, if you want me to show you how to find an extra $100,000 profit in your business, I will happily do that for you, because I'm going to go a little generic, but if you want it specific for your business, just type hashtag show me, and you and I will hop on a call. By the way, I'll have nothing to sell you. I'm going to show you how to find that $100,000 profit. Okay. All you have to do is type hashtag show me, and we'll get together. So we want to look at, where do we find the profit, right? So then what are the secrets? Then next week, we're going to look at the secrets to keeping it. Okay. And because what's good if you only have a good month or a good season or a good year, and then you fall apart? Okay. You've got to know how to keep it. And there's 4 stages to be able to make this kind of a mint of money, right? How do you grow the profits in your business? And of course, how do you save it? Because guess what? Nobody wants to work forever, do we? I hope not. Okay. And I'm going to go fast. If you want all 4 parts of this, okay, then I want you to make sure you type hashtag replay, because if you type hashtag replay, I have the best team in the world. And I have Angie and Tally and Della here today, and Sandy. And they will reach out to you and make sure you get the replays every single time, even if you can't make one of the future ones. So please type hashtag replay if you're going to want this or any of the future replays. And we will also have some giveaways for you as we go along. Okay. So again, we're going to uncover the 4 secrets to hidden profit in your business. We're going to uncover that, because here's the thing. I know this has happened to you. People have been telling us all day. I sent some messages out to some of you. Hopefully you're here. Let me know if you're here, if you got my message, say hi. And I know you searched high and low. Like, what do I do? Where do I find it? Okay. And twice, a couple times. Anybody do that? You're like, there's got to be more money. I have to be able to make more money. So here's a little rule. How do you know if you're making enough money in business or not? Okay. Here's our rule at the Iconic Brands, is that if you've been in business 3 years or more, you should have $1 million from your business. Now, if you don't have $1 million from your business, let's hop on a phone, just do hashtag call, okay, hashtag call, or callkoni.com, and let's figure out, where's the gap. What is it's called a strategic inflection point in your business, right? Where you're going along, but then you fall off a cliff, okay? And there's a gap between where you were going along great and then where everything comes down and falls down. And so you're probably in that gap where you can't get any higher and you can't figure out what to do, okay? So this is called the strategic inflection point. And I've been consulting businesses for over 20 years. So I understand lots of different businesses. There's a formula, okay? And there's a specific formula. It doesn't matter if you're brick and mortar, online, offline, services, products, doesn't matter, okay? So what we always talk about here is scaling a business. Now, there is a criteria. You have to own your business. Okay. I can't really help you scale something you don't own. But that is, the number one criteria. Okay. So I just lost my spot. Okay, let's get going here. How not to make a mint. There's 4 things I want you guys to please pay attention to. I know the market is going to go crazy. I know 2024 is going to be very unsettled. And so um, there's things that you're going to get tempted to do. I just don't want you to do them. Okay. Even if some of the biggest names around are talking about them, don't get caught up in it. Okay. Change is coming. Here's what I predict. This is the next thing. Okay. It's going to crumble. That cookie is going to crumble. Okay. So stop going after fads. You want a forever business. If someone's saying, oh, this is the way, now everyone's doing this. No, it's this way and it's this way. And remember, everyone had a marketing agency. And then they realized, oh, that's a hard business because most people leave after 3 months. What if all your clients left after 3 months? You don't have a business. You have a headache. Okay. So watch out for these fads. Now, the next thing is please watch out for the fortune tellers. Oh, you're going to do so much money. Oh my gosh, we have this, this, and this, and this. Now, we here talk about taking your business from 6 figures to 7 figures all the time because there's a very doable, easy 4-step process to do that. Okay. I'm not saying you're going to go from 0 to $1 million in a year. Okay. Especially if you have no business. Now, what we like to work with is businesses that are at or approaching 6 figures so you can hit the 7-figure mark in a year and then go beyond that. Okay. It's a lot easier to go from 6 to 7 figures and 0 to 6 figures. If you're trying to get to 6 figures, then do that too. But please don't think that you're going to go and make $10 million in a year or something like that just because somebody else did. You got to understand the story behind it. So watch out where you're getting the information from. And that's really the key thing is these fortune tellers first look at how far back behind the scenes can you see? Can you really see what's really going on behind the scenes, where they came from, what their experience is? Are they all leased out? Meaning, is it a leased car, a leased house, borrowed clothes, fake scenes? Is it real? Okay. So when I say fortune tellers, are they telling you you're going to make a fortune, but also are they just telling you about their fortune, but they don't really have it? Okay. So what's their street cred? Have they been it? Do they have experience doing it? Are they long in the tooth? Meaning, have they been doing it for a while? We've been doing this for over 20 years, 32 different industries, same formula, works all the time. Okay. So make sure you're not creating a mint in the wrong way. Okay. How else do you not make a mint? Stop trying to be famous. Oh my God. Okay. First of all, it's so overrated. I used to be in that industry, in the film industry and the modeling industry, and all that fame stuff is overrated. It is a fast way to flame out. Okay. And you will give up a lot if you're trying to go for fame and be famous or think that's the shortcut. Yes, some people do really amazing on YouTube and Instagram with stuff. But when you're thinking about the fame, don't make that the core. Okay. Because that's not solid. That's not what's going to get people to stick with you because it's all about you, right? And the world loves to build you up so they can tear you down. Do you really want the fame, or would you really just love the personal and professional and family peace and financial wealth rather than everybody knowing your business? Some of you might want everybody knowing your business, and that's fine. But I just want you to know that is not going to make you a mint forever. Okay. What is the other thing that I don't want you to do is no fakery. Okay. Um, Meaning, are you full of hot air? This is the big problem here. And this is epidemic. And you've probably fallen for this. I just had a client tell me, oh, I went and I bought this thing and it was so awful and there was nothing in it. And the person never actually finished the program. Don't be full of hot air. If you're going to put something out there, a product or service, please make it real. Make it, people say, oh, you don't have to make it so complex, but you got to make it give a result. Okay. Whether or not people go through the process, okay, that's another story for another day, but deliver excellence. That's it. Nothing less. Okay. So be iconic. Now, also just want to let you know, some of you just got here. This is a 4-part series, okay? So what are the secrets? How do we do it? Let's really dive into this. If you want the whole series, you can just type replay. Whether or not you can make it every single day, I don't know. We're going to be here every Tuesday at 5 p.m. Pacific, give or take a couple seconds. And I want you to get all of them. Okay. So let's dive into these parts and these secrets. Okay. Here we go. To make a mint, there's 4 things that need to happen. You need to understand in your business the mechanics, the intelligence, business networking, and business transactions. Okay. And all of these are the things that you have to master. Okay. Because these are areas where you're going to find hidden money in the mechanics. Today, we're going to talk about the mechanics. And over the next 3 weeks, we'll talk about business intelligence. How do you really actually have a business that just is wickedly cool and smart? How do you find money in your network, and how do you make more money in your transactions? So these are the 4 places. But today I want to talk about mechanics. Okay. I'm not a mechanic. I just used to run a racing company, and I don't know anything really under the hood, but I do know how to make those cars go fast. Okay. Same thing with your business. We want your business to grow fast. So the first question we have to ask in terms of mechanics is this one. Okay. Step 1, what's your vehicle? Okay. Is it a boat or is it a plane? Right. The kind of vehicle you choose that you build, it matters. So I want you to put in the comments, what is your vehicle? Right. What are you doing? What kind of business are you building? What did you choose? Right. Because you could take a plane, right? And it could be a glider, it could be a helicopter, it could be another aircraft, could be a rocket ship, or it could be a Harrier, right? It can do a couple different things. So it's not just one, like you can't just say I'm online or I'm retail. Like you've got to go really deep on what vehicle is it, because that is going to determine how much hidden profit you're going to pull out of your business. So I want you to tell me from these examples below here, where are you going to make your mint? Which one is yours? Okay. Put down in the comments below what you are doing. Do you have a service business? Maybe you have a roofing business or a window business or something like that, right? Where you're going out and you're servicing your clients. Or do you have a retail business where they're coming in to see you? And if you have a retail business, then what kind? And, think about your audience, right? Is it kids? You have kids' clothes? Do you have a retail shop? Do you have a hardware store? Right? There's all kinds of retail. Again, put down what you have, because I can come back and answer those specifically and help you out with where you're going to find more money. Is it an online business? Lots of people have taken their business online and have a combination now. And some people aren't even online at all yet. Okay. Is it physical goods? Maybe you sell products. Maybe you're an Amazon distributor, or you have an Etsy store, or a Shopify store. You have physical things that you're making. It could even be digital products. Okay. So there's all kinds of categories. The question is, which category are you in? Because again, that matters, right? You notice how some businesses just eke out a living, and then other ones just make millions and millions of dollars a day. So this is an important question. So you got to know what kind of business you're in. So put that down. Now, the next question, and this is a big one. Okay, you ready for it? Okay, drum roll, please. Okay, how did you do this? How did you pick? This is vital, okay? Because some of you might be ready to sell your business. Hey, by the way, if any of you are in the position where like, I'm done, I'm tired, I want to sell this and do something else, or I'm at a point where I think I've pulled out all the revenue and I want to sell it, please know that I am an investor, a business investor. If you do want to sell your business, please let me know. There's some criteria that I do look for. But if you're interested in selling your business, I would love to talk with you. And if it's not something I can buy, I do have a lot of colleagues that are buying businesses, and I can always pass it on. So But how do you pick? How did you pick? Okay. A lot of people have this idea. It's like your design. This is my thing. And I'm going to make a business around my thing, my idea. Excuse me. It could be SaaS or software. It could be a design or a concept that you have. So it could be your own thing. It could be, a lot of people say, follow your passion. Do what you love. Make a business around what you love. I love skiing. Okay. I just don't want to have, um, you know, a ski shop. Okay. So maybe yours is around what you love. Is that how you picked your business, or is that how you want to pick your business? Okay. It could be around your work. What is it that you're known for? What do you do that you're really good at? Okay. So maybe you're really good at numbers and books, and then you decided to get into your own accounting business or bookkeeping business or something like that. So it's something around something that you excel at. Okay. So that could be something around your work. And then the fourth way is around your goal. Like, I want to do a business right now that just makes good money. Right. So maybe my passion is skiing, but it doesn't mean I'm going to make a fortune on that. Okay. So maybe your business selection is going to be the one that lets you hit your goal. Make sense? Okay. So put that down in there. This is important. And because it, again, all of these factors, all these mechanics that we're talking about right now for part one are going to determine how much money you're going to be able to pull out of your business. Okay. So let me give you this cycle. This is what you needed to stay for. Okay. You really need to make sure you're picking the right timing. Okay. So you know what kind of business you have. There is a cycle. Okay. This is the business perpetual cycle. It goes around and around and around. Okay. And it's all about the rise and fall of empires. There's different cycles of things that the economy goes through. I talked about these cyclists, right? And they look at all these different areas. Okay. So these are the different things. Okay. And I'm going to go through these. I'm going to show you different businesses here, because when I show you the different businesses that are in the different cycle, you go, oh yeah, we did go through this cycle and this cycle and this cycle and this cycle. Does this make sense to you? Okay. If you get this, let me know. And if you want to screen capture the next one, um, go ahead and do it, or take a picture with your phone or something. Okay. Because this is important. And this is something that I would love to help you out with. This is where most people get stuck. Remember, we talked about that strategic inflection point where you kind of fall between the gap and you get stuck, or you're slipping, or you're spinning, or you're just stretched all over the place. Okay. When that feeling is going on in your business, you're probably in a strategic inflection point, and you probably are misaligned with the big perpetual business cycle. So let's go through this. And I would love for you, just type hashtag call or hashtag cycle if you need help and you're not aligned with the cycle of where we are. Okay. And then I'll show you, after this, I'll show you 3 more ways that you can make sure you're in the right business to pull out more money. So let's go ahead and look at it with the cycle of where we are, right? We've got, the key is we've got to pick the right timing. And so the first part is, I'm going to go from left to right. Okay. So first part is like the New World Order. It's like a clean slate. Okay. And so an example of that a while ago was, what was a New World Order, a new way of doing things? Bitcoin. Remember that? Okay. Then what happens, and we go into this next phase, and you can actually kind of almost align some of this with Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So then we go into the peace and prosperity and productivity phase. And that's what the key businesses that really thrive and rise quickly are doing. Think of Airbnb, right? And a Dropbox, right? Oh, the piece of your documents, you're safe, right? You can have an Airbnb business. Okay. Then what happens? Then we start going into a financial bubble and a big wealth gap. There's the haves and have nots. Now, this is important because all of this I'm going to be sharing with you over the next 3 weeks is all about being an insider. Okay. Yes, there's, are we going to have a shift of, the economy, and will it go up or will it drop? Yes. But here's the thing. Are you an insider? Because you've got to be an insider to know about what to do and when to do it. How you get the hidden profits out of your business is you've got to be an insider. This is why I'm showing you this. Okay. So then we went into the financial bubble and the wealth gap, and we saw big companies like Tesla, amazing, right? Top companies come in, and then overnight, another company and another company and another company would come in. This was the big cryptocurrencies, right? Everybody was on there, and like everybody was buying crypto, and then the wallets came in, and then all the altcoins came in, different kinds of coins came in. People were trying to make money every day on everything. And maybe some of you remember a little offshoot of that. And then we went into some NFTs and things like that, right? All these things that, oh, this is going to make you extremely wealthy if you're in it. So few people could get in it, right? And when you did, you made a fortune. Or if you invested in Tesla early, you did, right? But as everything goes up, it also comes down, right? So you can ask Kathy Woods, one of the largest investors in Tesla, and how she put almost her whole portfolio into that and made an absolute fortune, and then became like, for other people who were just laughing at her because then Tesla went down so much, right? But she didn't leave. So that's like one of the peaks. Okay. So this is where there's a growth cycle there. And then at the top, there's a leveling off. And then we come into the financial bust and economic downturn, right? Remember, this is a cycle. This isn't a straight line. So think about things like all the co-working spaces that came about, right? And WeWork, billions and billions of dollars were invested in the company and nothing happened, right? And FTX, remember good old Sam? And all of a sudden, all these things that were making us so wealthy are starting to crumble and crash. And if you got into one of these types of businesses, guess what? Your business was starting to crumble and crash. So you can see, is your business aligned with any of these different cycles? Then, because of all this downturn, what do we go into? Printing money and giving people all kinds of credit, and what was a fast way to make money, and money was like disappearing, and we were artificially supported, and so you couldn't really tell if your business was good, or even though we are in a recession or we are not in a recession, nobody could know, right? Because everything was artificial. And we went through who was printing money? Pharmaceutical companies, right? The war machines. And so guess what? Revolutions and wars came about. We all know, I'm not going to name them here because I don't want to get blocked on any sites, but you know what they are, okay? And you see it's divisive, right? And people are picking sides, and there's so much us versus them. And it also goes now into the politics, right? Again, all these things are destroying people's wealth, and the debt ratios are going higher and higher. I didn't even have a place to fit it in there, but all the bank failures that are happening right now. The big one, I forgot the name of it, in San Francisco, right? So, and then what? Now it's sort of like, okay, new world order. There was AI, and people are feeling like, oh, okay, this is the whole new trend. Okay, does this make sense? Hopefully, you got a chance to do that. Okay, and can you see how there's this arc? How things come and they go, and we go through these cycles. Just as a human, we go through these cycles where we want peace and prosperity, and then we're into money, and then we're crazy and we're stupid and we blow it. And okay, so businesses go the same way. Now, the question is, where does your business fit in this? Are you in the right spot? Are you able to pivot into something that makes sense or not? Okay. And I'll show you next week, like what percentages of different businesses are going to succeed by business category. It's very fascinating. All right. And so where are we right now? We're over here. See that pink mark over here? That's kind of where we are. We're coming through the wars and revolutions. As everyone knows, you can't turn away from it. The political restructuring, as well as trying to restructure debt. Everyone's trying to grab a hold of different debt elements. And we're about to come into a new world order again. We're about to start a whole new cycle. Okay. So does that make sense to you guys? Isn't that fascinating when you really understand what goes on behind the scenes? And We can't be so myopic that we can only look at the one little thing or, who's your immediate competition. You have to look at the world at a greater whole in order to understand how to make your businesses grow. And this is our expertise, right? Helping you scale your business and grow it with the least amount of stress and struggle and frustration. And so you're not going broke trying to grow. Okay. And trust me, if you're in the wrong business, I will tell you, whether you want to hear it or not. I'll say, hey, that's not going to work. Or that's, way back then, if you're like, hey, I want to start a newspaper. Well, a regular newspaper isn't going to work. It's out of cycle. Okay. So, and you might have a great idea, but it might be out of cycle. You might think, oh, I still have to invent my SaaS, or I'm trying to invent my whole new SaaS product and software product, and it's over. Okay. So, do you see how important this is going forward? Because you want to build a business that's a legacy. It's iconic. It's something that's going to last, and it's not subject to these fluctuations of the business cycle. So, if you're stuck and you're like, I don't know, I don't really actually love this anymore. I got into this business and ew, I don't love these clients. Like I had a business a few years ago that I absolutely loved the business, but I didn't love the clientele, and they were needy and greedy. And I felt like it was in a philanthropic business and I had to give everything away because nobody had any money. Um, it wasn't sustainable, right? So just because it was a deep passion doesn't mean it should be my business. Okay. Just because it was my own idea doesn't mean I should make a whole business around it. Okay. Does that make sense? So the other three things that I want you to consider is you've got to have leverage. Okay. So pick the right asset. What do you have more of? Do you have more money or do you have more time? Okay. Because you're going to have to pick a business based on that. And that is going to determine where you're going to find the extra money, because this is all about the mechanics, and we're going to dive deep into the intelligence of where exactly it is and how do you do it. And then here's the pivotal thing. Is your idea built off of enough of a resource? Is it your own idea? Is it your thing? And it's all based on you. Everything revolves around you. You doing it, your idea, your IP, everything like that. Or is there a network that you could tap into? That there's a lot more resources and people that you could leverage, right, to get your business going? Or is it all on your back? This is a pivotal thing. Where is your idea coming from? Where is your business foundation? Is it based on you, or is it that you can tap into a new network? Okay. Makes sense? So you got time versus money, you versus a network. And then, of course, what do you value, right? There's no sense in doing a business that you don't love. Now, you might want to get into a certain business because you have a goal, and as is a money-making business, a money-making field, that's fine. But what's the right outcome? First of all, can you get an outcome for your clients? That's one of the hardest things for people to nail, that getting the outcome for the client. And will you love it? And will it be a good business in the world? You might decide, there are people that whoever started OnlyFans, right? Sure, they made a lot of money. Is it necessarily a good business in the world? Okay, who knows? So pick the right outcome. And do you is this a lifetime business, or is this a seasonal business? Like if you need something right now and you want to be in the right industry, hit your financial goals and kind of cash out, maybe build a business so that you can cash out in 3 years and then use that money to do what you want. Okay. So you have to figure out what is the right outcome for you based on your values and what's going to happen for you and for everybody else. Does that make sense? Because this is the big one. If you don't love it, there's an energy behind that and it won't last. It will not succeed for you. So those are the things that you have to understand mechanic wise. And I want you to come back next Tuesday, 5 p.m. We are going into the second part, which is the business intelligence. This is where we're going to really break down. There's going to be 5 areas in here that you can instantly pull profit out of. So if you want to find hidden money, okay, so that you have more money, put it in the bank account, come back. All you have to do is type replay. We will make sure to get you the replays, but hopefully you'll be here live next week. I have a freebie for you that you can do right away and you can test. And Of course, if you need some help, if you would like me to show you how do you find all that money, right? How do you get those hidden profits in your business? I would love to do that for you. I will show you how to find 100,000 hidden profits in your business. All you have to do is type show me, hashtag show me, and I will show you. Okay. You do have to be in front of your computer because I'm going to show you on the screen based on information that you're going to give me. A couple questions I'll ask you about your business, and I'll show you exactly how to find $100,000 in hidden profit in your business without spending one penny on any marketing or any advertising. Sound good? Okay. So thanks for being here this week. Definitely type hashtag show me below, and I will reach out. My team will reach out and we will show you exactly where the $100,000 is. But come back next week because we're going to talk about business intelligence and exactly what are the steps you need to take to pull that money out. All right. We'll see you guys next week.